Have you ever wanted to change your world? You know there's something more out there for you and you feel it within and you're not quite sure how to grasp it. You know, there's no better way to change your life than reading a good book, a book that totally changes your outlook on life, who you are, and your potential that you can actually achieve what you want to achieve. So, if you're jumping on, my name is Vicky Lord, and I'm a confidence and happiness coach. And I like to help people every day to find the confidence to go and achieve their goals. So, I'm talking about five books today that changed my life personally. And I know that if you were to read them too, that they will change your life too. So, I'll go in order of the uh, what I feel is the order to go in. So the first book that I read was called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Joseph Murphy was a minister in the church, and he knew the Bible from cover to cover back in his day. He's passed away now, and but he left behind many books of his writings. And what he talks about is the power of your subconscious mind. So he gives all of creation the credit to God. And actually, all five books that I'm talking to you about today all give credit and reverence to God. So I think that's important when you're reading something spiritual, is that God is involved. So with this one, he talks about the two aspects of the mind. You've got your subconscious mind, which is some people call it the heart, and then you've got your conscious mind, which is up here. And he says that our duty is to work on our conscious mind, which is our believing brain. So what we believe, we impart into our subconscious, and our subconscious will bring it to pass. So his one key aspect is repetition. So if there's an area of your life that you want to change, you create a positive affirmation and you repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until you receive it. So, very good book. I'm going to share with you a lady's book at the end and how it slightly differs from this one. But let's go on to book number two now. Book number two is Into the Magic Shop. This was a really cool book because it was a story form, whereas this book was informative. This book had a story to it. So it was a story of a young boy who grew up in a dysfunctional family, and he walked into the local magic shop, which was selling cards or, little magic toys that kids like. And he walked in there and he met a lady who trained him to calm down his nervous system. And this is he actually turned into neuroscience to heal people's brains, and he found that if people relaxed, they were less likely to need like massive surgery in their life. So he started to train people to relax, like relax, all the way from your vagus nerve all the way down. But he brings in so much more of it. I know his big subject is relaxing, but because he had a very tension-filled childhood, but it's an awesome book for understanding how the brain works. He also mentions manifesting, so we get to bring everything into manifest into life. And we do that through the same thing Joseph Murphy talked about, understanding how the brain works in creating the peaceful place in our body. And it's one of the things he'd do. He'd shake a lot, and this lady taught him how to relax. So very important when you want to achieve something in life is how to relax. The next book, which I'm going to share with you, is Neville Goddard. He's passed away as well, but he's left some of his teachings with us, and he has a different kind of an aspect on life. He talks a lot about, so if anyone's ever read the Bible, you may read it as fact, like so he'll talk about how in the Bible, the archetypes. So we'll use Cain and Abel, for example. He's saying you've got the option there to be a murderer or to be a blessing. And he's saying a lot of what we're reading in the Bible is um, is personalities and consciousness that we get to choose. And So he does call the Bible a great the teacher, and but he has a different way of looking at it. So if you want a different way of looking at it, you can explore that as well as your own. So I did find it very interesting. He has the big belief that feeling is the secret. So if you feel it, what you feel is what you're going to receive. So much like Joseph Murphy, he's like what you believe, you're going to receive. Believing is actually feeling. So they're both saying exactly the same thing, but they're saying it in a different way. Joseph Murphy's more like what you believe, and Neville Goddard's what you feel. So he's very, very much about the feeling, and he's trying to get people to feel really good about what they want to bring into their life. So awesome book. Next book is The Most Amazing Joe Dispenza. So Becoming Supernatural. He also speaks about God as the source and the beginning and the light and the intelligence within all. So Joseph himself had a very life-transforming experience. He was riding a push bike one day and he got hit by a truck or a car and he went flying and broke his back. And he spent months laying face down, not able to move. And he said that he needed to contact some kind of intelligence that would heal him. And he had nothing else to do but lay there. So he kept searching for this intelligence that he knew was within him. And it took him a long time of laying on his stomach with his back healing before he got to understand the intelligence, which he calls God, to heal him. And so that was his own personal experience. And it took him a long time. And he found that there was a heart and a brain connection. And for him to connect to that intelligence within, he calls it coherence. They bring it into coherence together. And I just love his stuff so much because he's speaking in the modern day language. So he's not so much saying your subconscious mind and your conscious mind and this and that. He's saying your heart and your mind. And it's really easy to understand because back when I was on my own journey, I heard a guy's conversation talking about you can separate your heart and your mind, your heart and your brain. And so it really resonated with me speaking about the heart and the brain. It's modern day language to understand. And the last book that I want to recommend to you, I don't have it here because I listened to it on Audible, but it's a lady called Florence Scovell Shinn. And she was before Neville Goddard and before Joseph Murphy, and she wrote a book. She's been passed away for 100 years now, and she wrote a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. And she taps into this amazing, which I think is the foundation of everything. She said, unless someone has the slightest bit of value or self-worth to receive it, then they won't get it. So she's very much focusing on that you are worthy to receive it. And she gives you the strategy on how to do that. And what I like about Florence as well, she speaks about God as well, but she does it in a different way. She says you've got your conscious mind up here, which is your believing part. You got your subconscious, which brings about what you believe. And then you get the superconscious, which is God, the source of everything in all. And so she breaks it down a little bit more into 3 steps instead of heart and brain or conscious and subconscious. She goes that little bit deeper. So they're all different books, but they all kind of intertwine together. But what Florence Scovell Shinn does is she helps people to get into what she calls intuition, which is the inner teacher. So it's the inner tuition, the inner teacher. And that's what's going to make a change for you is when you understand that you've got this teacher within you that can guide you in all things, and that intuition is coming from the source of all, God. And so if you want to know more about intuition and the game of life and how to win at it, that's an awesome book to read. I found it amazing. I am going to actually record that one because once somebody has passed away for 100 years, I can record their book. So I'm going to do that on this YouTube channel because I want to listen to it myself with my own voice. So that will come in the next week or so. her recordings so you can listen to it. And if you found this video useful or want to know any more about these books, I'll have it linked below, and subscribe for some more teachings on how to be happy being you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.